just always knew it would pass because we have such a knee-jerk attitude towards sex, and I think the people that voted for it thought they were doing the actors a favor by making sure condoms weren't in the movies, but they don't understand this industry. They don't realize that STDs are virtually non-existent. We've had one case of HIV in the last 8 years. And you've got a bunch of do-gooders out there, you know, who can't keep the streets clean, but they want to keep our minds pure. So it's just an attack on the adult film industry. But it's not going to change anything, because there'll be a challenge in court. We lose there, so we start shooting in Mexico or the desert or Hawaii.
Is that where you're going to go?
No, this is only limited to L.A. County. The whole thing is silly, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think the industry is going to leave Los Angeles, like you mentioned, to Mexico or other places?
Well, I will. If it becomes law, we'll have to shoot other places. But we could, by doing more of a production in Mexico or Hawaii or the desert, I just leave those three as examples because we still shoot there today, that you just take a larger entourage and do a longer filming schedule, and it's not really going to cost you any more money than if you were doing it right here in L.A.
Will that affect Los Angeles' economy?
Oh, yes. It'll affect Los Angeles' economy dramatically because there's probably 300 production houses in L.A., and some of them may even go out of business as a result of it, but the larger ones won't.
What about Hustler's video business? How dependent are you on the LA studios?
Well, we're dependent on one way and a way we're not, because we buy material from all over the world, from directors and producers that we make available to our broadcast industry as well as to our video retail outlets. So we're the #1 player in adult entertainment worldwide, and we're in 57 different countries. So it's, as I said before, this whole thing is really,
you can actually make really good stuff.
and the whole scope of things is not that important. It's just a bunch of misguided people doing the wrong thing.
But isn't the economic impact important? It's estimated that it could cost the industry $1 billion. Is that accurate?
Well, if you use that argument, you get on the losing end of it, because it will bring the state a lot of money if they legalize prostitution, but nobody wants to do that. So you're saying, oh, well, keep the adult industry in Los Angeles and it'll bring a lot more money, which is true. But I don't think Los Angeles is necessarily worried about the amount of revenue that they'll lose from the adult industry, but they will lose a significant amount of revenue.
So what are they going to do without that revenue?
As I said, the big houses are not going to have a problem. They'll shoot outside L.A. Some of the smaller ones may decide to go out of business. I don't know.
So where will you go specifically? Because there's a great scene in People vs. Larry Flynt where you were leaving Ohio and you said you want to go to a place where perverts are welcome, and then we see a scene where you come to Los Angeles. So are perverts not welcome in Los Angeles?
Perverts are still welcome in L.A. That's why I love L.A.
What do you think Hollywood can learn from the porn industry about the transition to digital?
I think if any of the big studios are guilty of anything, it's not being on top of the technology. We have a strong technology present as far as people goes and within our company, and we're on top of everything that everybody is doing, so we can be the very first with what's new. I think many companies have fell by the wayside because they fail to realize the impact that this whole digital world is having on the media.
But you haven't.
No, I don't think so. We take pride in thinking that we're the best.